First movie up they're talking about, Superman Legacy. It's got a release date. It's coming out before the Batman 2, coming out on July 11th, 2025, which again is about 2.5 years from now. That movie's going to come out. Superman Legacy will mark the start of the DCU, as Safran put it, but it will not be an origin story of the proverbial Man of Steel. It focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing, Safran says. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks of kindness as old-fashioned. Gunn is writing the project, and Safran says he hopes Gunn can be persuaded, perhaps, to direct it as well. Look, we've been saying for a while, we all believe James Gunn is going to direct this film.
Of course he is.
Especially if it's the one that's kind of kicking off the series and all this kind of stuff. I did not think that they would announce a casting today, but I still thought there was a chance of it. Like, if I had to put money down on it, I didn't think they would name the actor, but I thought there was a chance.
They'll save that for Comic-Con.
Think so?
Yeah. Yeah, because James Gunn's a Comic-Con veteran. He's been going there for...
He is. He's a big Comic-Con guy.
For the better part of 30 years. They'll announce it at Comic-Con. They'll make a big deal about it.
Well, Rob, let's talk about Superman Legacy for a second. What do you think? The title? What direction do you think they're going to go? What do you think?
I think it's incredible because I think it's an incredible title. And what Peter Safran said, that Superman is a man of kindness in a world that thinks kindness is old-fashioned.
Yeah.
I think that what a genius approach to this character, that somebody from off-world is the only person that can really appreciate humanity and realize what humanity maybe has lost. I love this idea because, you know, what this says, the word legacy doesn't mean it's about the next villain Superman's going to fight. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a villain, but it's going to be about what's Superman's place in the world, because this Superman movie is going to set the tone for what is the universe they're making. You know, this Superman movie, all these other characters are going to exist in this universe, so they've got to set the tone, and that's what James Gunn's doing. He's setting the table with this film, and Superman is the man to do it. Superman he's the lord of the DC manor. You know, you go all the way back to the 30s with Superman, and whatever happens here is where this universe begins. It's the tone of this universe, and hell, the next movie you make that whatever the Batman movie is, he's not Superman. And you know, whether they've got, I think they have a really great list. The characters that they've announced, which we'll talk about, it's going to be interesting to see how they fit into the world that Superman is going to define. And one of these movie projects I am over the moon about. I'm so excited about it. I can't.
I also think part of this thing about the idea about he embodies kindness in a world that looks at kindness as old-fashioned, as maybe a little bit of a response to some of the reaction the previous Superman got. Because, you know, you've pointed out many times, well, I'm the world's biggest fan of Man of Steel. I think it's one of the greatest comic book films ever made. But a lot of people reacted a little bit negatively because, as you pointed out before, that they were looking for something a little more joyful. They wanted something that was joyful in the movie, you know, something that, you know, an aspect that, say, Shazam did actually really, really well, or, you know, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies or something like that. Now, we saw the Henry Cavill iteration of Superman start to evolve to coming into that, right? But it sounds like this might be a little bit of a reaction to that as well, and probably one that's going to be very well received by a lot of people. And now we are going to sit down, and whether it's going to be Comic-Con or something else, we'll sit around and wait now for the next thing to come up.
Also, that artwork that we're using there, I love a Superman for All Seasons graphic novel. I have often said that that artwork is from a Superman for All Seasons. And the thing about a Superman for All Seasons is it encompasses the entire Superman pantheon. Luthor's in it, Krypto's in it, the Fortress of Solitude. And I'm like, they didn't call it a Superman for All Seasons, but in a way, that title is what is in that graphic novel. And if he used that graphic novel as a touchstone to establish Superman, we're going to get a very special movie indeed.
We want to thank a sponsor of this video, MasterClass. MasterClass offers classes on a wide variety of topics, all taught by world-class instructors at the very top of their fields. Each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. And MasterClass is completely accessible on your phone, the web, smart TV, and available via audio mode to listen to classes on the go. They have over 2,500 video lessons from over 180 of today's most brilliant minds. They're all available anytime, anywhere on iOS, Android, desktop, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Now, obviously around here on the John Campea Show, we love our movies, so why not learn filmmaking from Jodie Foster, or maybe directing from Ron Howard himself, or the great Neil Gaiman doing his masterclass on the art of storytelling. And you guys have heard me talk about my favorite masterclass, Business Strategy and Leadership by Big Papa Iger himself, Bob Iger, the new and returning CEO of Disney. So guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every class, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Just go to masterclass.com/Campea now. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off Masterclass.